This we also wanted to update on. So we brought you that the UAW was able to reach tentative agreements with all of the big three at this point. Huge win for them. The members, of course, have to approve it, but some major gains that they were able to achieve in terms of wages. And it looks like the other non-union automakers are really taking notice. And they're very concerned about their own workforces potentially unionizing, and they realize they have to compete with these increased wages that big three workers were able to achieve. So put this up on the screen. From Toyota, they are saying that this is a report, it hasn't been totally confirmed yet, but this is from Labor Notes. Toyota is saying that they are immediately raising the wages of their non-union factory workers. This, of course, comes on the heels of those agreements. And what a sort of leaked memo indicated is that they're raising their top pay to $32 per hour. This would not be a surprise, not only because their workers, I'm sure, are following like, oh, the person who does my exact same job, this is what they're getting? Why am I so dramatically underpaid? So Toyota's feeling that pressure. They don't want to have to, they don't want to face a union drive. So they're trying to short circuit that. Tesla actually had already, you pointed out, given raises. In the context of these negotiations going on. So, this is something we've talked about with the labor movement is, yes, obviously it directly benefits workers who are in a union, but it can really have ripple effects across the economy and across industries as well. Additional context on this, put this up on the screen from the UAW. They're making some real noises here, Saagar, basically about a potential general strike in 2028. They say, we invite unions around the country to align your contract expirations with our own so that together we can begin to flex our collective muscles. They go on to say, if we're going to truly take on the billionaire class and rebuild the economy so it starts to work for the benefit of the many and not the few, then it's important we not only strike, but that we strike together. When we return to the bargaining table in 2028, it won't be just with the big three, but with the big five or big six. So real warning shot there to all of the non-union automakers out there. That would include Tesla. And apparently there's already some union stuff going on at Tesla. Put this up on the screen. Bloomberg reporting Monday, and this is written up in this publication, The Street, that Tesla's 20,000 worker plant in Fremont, California is currently playing host to a UAW organizing committee. The group, according to a source, is talking to Tesla workers about the value of collective bargaining and is reportedly committed to funding any such campaign. UAW did not respond to the Street's request for comment. This effort to actively expand the UAW's membership in a threat to Elon Musk and Tesla is very noteworthy. And earlier in October, Fain referred to workers at Tesla and other non-union automakers, including Toyota and Honda, as, quote, the UAW members of the future. So pretty extraordinary how quickly things appear to be moving here after the major wins that they were able to achieve. And I think the fact that Fain did it in such a public fashion is also really noteworthy and was very intentional because previous UAW leadership was, by the way, extraordinarily corrupt, totally in bed with, they were skimming. I mean, it was a mess, and they elected this new leadership in Shawn Fain. And they had also conducted a lot of the negotiations like behind the scenes in secret, not drawing a lot of attention to it. And they were taking major concessions in terms of the deals that they were striking. So this is a dramatic shift in the way things have been going previously.
Yeah, it's actually really interesting on the Toyota piece. They say that the increase of $2.94 to the maximum of $34 $34.80 per hour for the production workers, and then a $3.70 raise to $43 per hour for skilled trades employees. I mean, that's a pretty significant raise, up to $43 per hour. And it does show you also where labor pressure comes from. It makes sense too, because think about the overall environment for minimum wage workers. I mean, prior to the pandemic, people were getting away with 11 and 12. Then as we have a labor shortage and we have more labor activism all throughout 2021 and 2022, we're at almost a minimum floor at this point for a lot of major brands, between 15 to 20 bucks an hour. I'm even seeing that, in terms of the pressure on the consumers and consumer prices, where people are expecting a down quarter for the fourth quarter. And yet Walmart and others are still paying some 20-something dollars per hour, even seasonal holiday wages. So the wages are higher, honestly, in some cases they've ever been before. Now, to be clear, it has not kept up with inflation, and I think that's really bad. But this does show you where the pressure comes from and how it will all look like. It also, people were like, oh, but now GM cars and all that are going to be too expensive. We'll see. Actually, I still want to know. But it does show you too, like with the pressure that we'll be lifting, it's not like it's going to be restricted just to the American auto workers or auto companies. It's going to be all of the auto sector because they're at the end of the day pulling from the same labor pool. So it's an overall positive development.
Yeah, absolutely. And, very interesting to me the way that Shawn Fain is calling for other unions to align their contracts with theirs so that they can have an even larger just not just in the auto industry, but much larger impact on the economy. So something to watch there. He's the one that I wish would run for president.
Yeah, he probably would win.
He would do quite well.
He would do well.
All right, guys, very excited to have James Zogby here. He's the founder and president of the American Arab Institute, Arab American Institute, let me get that right. And he also is an alumni of both the Jesse Jackson campaigns in '84 and '88 and both Bernie Sanders campaigns. So this man has a lot of political insight. We're lucky to have him join us now. Let's get to it. Hey guys, if you like that video, go to breakingpoints.com, become a premium subscriber, and help us build the best independent media organization on the planet.
That's right. We're subscriber funded. We're building something new. We want to replace these failing mainstream media organizations.
So again, to subscribe, it's breakingpoints.com.